to the praise of Paul Monet. He is speaking in a book called The Last Watch of the Night about his moral stance toward those who cooperate with power in oppression. The words are very powerful. They represent a series of phrases which have been important for me over the years since I read them, and I commend them to you now. Turn over, if you will, to them. They're on the back of the second page. Speaking to those who will accommodate with oppressive power, says he, I give them fair warning that I, for one, am taking it all personally. Perhaps too personally, in fact. Keeping a file of mealiness, of pandering to creeps, of accommodation with the enemy. I don't really have the choice to ignore it, because it's happening on my watch. Turn back now, if you will. Because in this lecture and at this point in my career, I'm tossing to you younger people my proxy in your lifetime. My lifetime is a 20th century lifetime by and large. So long as I have the breath and the spit for it, I'm going to be around trying to help you out in the huge effort before you. But in your generation, you will have my proxy. Stay alert on your watch. On my watch, early in my life in Shoah was taking place. Wars over the 50s. The Vietnam War in the 60s. The deaths, the massacres in the parts of the world which you know. The war which is still ongoing, with, I am told, hundreds of thousands of Iraqis dead, and thousands of our own soldiers dead, and the squandering of our moral resources. On my watch, the America I love, it would appear, condoned as a matter of policy, human torture. Can you take that in your name and mine? On my watch, there's much happened which humiliates me. Being there and being present to it. I'm humiliated as a human. Be alert on your watch. Speak. Don't be silent. Of course, I am taught on Primo Levi, an Italian Jew from Torino, who was taken to Auschwitz and became what to me is one of the great moral and stylistic presences of the 20th or any other century. Has a poem on trial. The reference here is to Nuremberg. You know the city. It's a city which produces automobiles now nearby. It's a city which has a great toy fair. It's also a city which was the site of Hitler's Nuremberg rallies. It's also a city which is the site of the Nuremberg trials after the war. The poem here is about one Alex Zink. There was the Zink Company. And, as you will find, the Zink Company bought up the hair which was shaven from those who were taken to Auschwitz and used it to create health. And this poem is about the calling to trial of Alex Zink. And note his claim. My name, Alex Zink. Where were you born? Oh, in Nuremberg, that illustrious ancient city. rightly famous, honest judge. First, because certain laws were passed there that are of no interest here. Second, for a debatable trial. You know, you can say one thing, you can say another. Maybe they were just called up as scapegoats, and they weren't really that guilty, were they? Besides, everybody's guilty, aren't they? Everybody's a victim. They were victims too. So you can say much on either side. Third, because the best toys in the whole world are produced there. Tell me how you live. And don't lie. It would be useless here. Oh, I was hard-working, Your Honor. Stone on top of stone, Deutschmark after Deutschmark. I founded a model industry. The best buckram, the finest felt were made by the zinc company. I was a humane and diligent boss. Honest prices, generous salaries, never a complaint from my customers, and above all, as I was telling you, the best felt produced in Europe. Did you use good wool? Oh, extraordinary wool, Your Honor. Loose or in braids. Wool, of which I had the monopoly. Black wool and chestnut, tawny and blonde, more often gray and white. From what flocks? Oh, I don't know. It didn't interest me. I paid for it in cash. Tell me, have your dreams been tranquil? Well, usually, yes, Judge. Though sometimes in my dreams, I've heard grieving ghosts grow. Weaver, step down. You notice that phrase? I don't know. I didn't inquire. It didn't interest me. Primo Levi was asked if the show of the Holocaust, as it's often called, could occur again. And he said, oh yes, for somebody. All that's necessary is not to listen and not to ask questions. Speak up on your watch. Listen. Ask questions of power in ways better than my own generation. Because complicity with power, which is a drug which seems to tranquilize us all, has allowed monstrosities on my watch, a watch which now I pass to you. Take a look at Primo Levi's Greek poem, Prophecy. Don't be afraid if the work is hard. You who are less tired are needed. Since your senses are fine-tuned, you hear the hollow sound under your feet. Consider our mistakes again. We've had also among us someone who set about searching blindly, the way a blindfolded man repeats an outline. Someone who set sail like the pirates. And someone who tried his very best. Help, insecure one. Try, though you're insecure, because you're insecure. See if you can repress the annoyance and disgust of our doubts and certainties. Never have we been so rich, yet we live in the midst of embalmed monsters, other monsters obscenely alive. Don't be dismayed by the stench, by the rubble or the stench of refuse dumps. We cleared them up with our bare hands in the years when we were your age. Continue the race as best you can. We have combed the planet's mane, deciphered DNA, the secrets of origins, trampled the moon's sands, built Auschwitz, and destroyed Hiroshima. See, we have not remained